Don Quixote. Once upon a time, in a village called La Mancha in Spain, there lived a man who loved to read about knights. Every day he would read about courageous knights and the incredible adventures they had. He was so absorbed in these stories that he hardly remembered to eat or sleep. Years passed, but he kept reading and reading. He grew older and grew a long white beard. Having spent his entire life immersed in tales of knights and their daring deeds, that he began to believe that he was a knight too. He called himself Don Quixote and decided to seek his destiny.
From this moment forth, I shall be called Don Quixote. And I shall be a noble knight and the protector of justice in the realm.
Going into his shed, Don Quixote constructed a suit of armor out of scrap metal.
Yeah! Make way for Don Quixote, the Knight of Justice!
Don Quixote named his old donkey Rocinante and went on an adventure, just like the knights he read about in his books.
Onward, Rocinante, my noble steed!
On his journey in search of adventure, Don Quixote came across a farmer working in a field. It was actually his neighbor, a man called Sancho.
Sancho! How would you like to become my servant and accompany me on a great adventure?
Your servant?
Yes, if you serve me, I will reward you with an island.
An island? Are you serious?
I vow it upon my honor as a knight. So, will you come with me?
Sancho agreed to serve Don Quixote, and the two men set out on a journey together. On the hill in front of them, they could see a large old windmill. When he saw it, Don Quixote's eyes began to sparkle.
Look! Sancho! How dare that hideous ogre block our path?
What? An ogre? Where, master?
Right there! Don't you see that awful creature waving its forearms?
But, master, that's a windmill.
Hearing this, Don Quixote turned to Sancho with a concerned look.
Ah, poor Sancho. I see how it is. That ogre has cast a spell on you to deceive your senses and make you believe he is a windmill. But never fear! I, Don Quixote, shall vanquish this demon and release you from his evil enchantments. You vile monster! Beware my wrath! Rocinante! Charge!
And Don Quixote galloped at the windmill.
Master! That's a windmill!
Unfortunately, Sancho's shouts and warnings passed unheard. Don Quixote and Rocinante charged the windmill at full speed.
What?
Prepare to face my spear, ogre!
With that, Don Quixote flew towards the windmill and collided with it.
Master, are you all right? See, I told you it was just a windmill.
Look, Sancho, the ogre is more seriously wounded than I am.
In fact, the windmill was working perfectly fine. Sancho did his best to dissuade Don Quixote from attempting anything else reckless.
You're absolutely right. You are a great knight indeed. And you have defeated the fearsome windmill beast. Wow, great.
After hitting his head on the windmill, Don Quixote became even more disoriented. He became convinced that one day someone would write tales of his adventures.
Listen to me, Sancho. Someday people will write of our great exploits. Our names will live on in the memories of generations to come. But we must prove worthy of that honor by vanquishing villains and upholding justice. Do you understand?
Yes, master.
As Don Quixote and Sancho passed a farm, they saw a flock of sheep in a field. As Don Quixote looked, he had another vision.
Look, Sancho. The forces of evil have emerged once again. This time, it's an entire army. I need you to watch over Rocinante while I vanquish these demons. Now, face my spear, miserable spirits!
Mistaking the sheep for monsters, Don Quixote attacked them. The sheep squealed and scurried away.
Did you see those cowards run? They are right to fear Don Quixote.
The local peasants all thought Don Quixote was crazy. They laughed and taunted as he passed.
Look, it's Don Quixote, the madman! Hey, Sir Knight! What kind of beast did you defeat this time? Did you finally get those evil sheep?
All hail the mad knight Don Quixote!
Don Quixote did not understand and thought the people were cheering for him.
Sancho, look. See how the people welcome us. They must have heard of our great deeds.
Oh, no, master, listen very carefully. They are not welcoming us. They are mocking you. Oh. Oh.
Sancho, when will you see the truth?
Enough is enough, please, master.
Very well. We shall speak no more of this today.
Don Quixote continued to believe himself a knight and to battle the forces of evil until the end of his days. And he was right. To this day, we still remember his name and will tell tales of his great exploits for generations to come. Aladdin and the Magic Lamp.
The Little Prince. Five peas.
A Dog of Flanders. The Pied Piper. The Country Mouse and the City Mouse. The Snow Queen.
Carrot Head.
Pinocchio. Les Miserables.